You won't believe what happens next. Ashley's figure haunts Shiloh as he struggles to confess his feelings, only to find out that she's brought her fiancé along. The well-planned confession crashed and burned. Melanie's smile hit Shiloh like a ninja attack, causing his mood to plummet while she gripped her dress as if ready for battle. Even though emotions were all over the place, she kept a standard smile to respond to the blessings, the ribbon shaking slightly as if they were part of the joke, making her look somewhat charming. To hide her heartbreak, she flirted at the edge of the dance floor with a gentleman she never wanted, pretending every step was a performance on stage. Every move was like a busy bee gathering honey, her exaggerated laughter making the crystal chandelier vibrate along. This over-the-top performance made all the ladies stand ready in a line, protecting their personal space like it was a VIP zone they didn't want anyone. At that moment, no one noticed that behind her cheerful laughter was a brewing storm of jealousy and pain, as she turned for just a fleeting moment. Shiloh noticed the strange man staring at her, as if he could see right through her lace dress, sending chills down her spine. Just as she was about to test the waters, someone yanked her sleeve. That man was none other than the infamous businessman Rhett Butler, who got kicked out of West Point for being too much of a rebel. His reputation was both bad and a little legendary. The afternoon estate fell into brief tranquility, with the ladies fanning out like peacocks under their umbrellas. But Shiloh snuck out of the lounge with her dress in tow, catching snippets of men passionately debating national affairs as she turned the corner. The crowd laughed, mocking the northern forces, while Rhett stood by the door with a sardonic smile, as if saying, "I've seen worse." Having experienced northern industrial civilization, he knew well the South survived only on cotton and slavery. When this truth became a sword, the elite gentlemen burst into his superiority, nearly tore the roof off with their uproar, their furious shouts loud enough to shatter glass. Faced with such an onslaught, the notorious businessman just elegantly bowed and vanished into the angry air. When guests left, Shiloh got to be alone with Ashley, heart racing in anticipation. She set aside all the coyness typical of ladies and boldly declared her feelings, only to receive a soft sigh in return. Ashley openly admired her fiery spirit, but said only Melanie would grasp her unique struggles amidst the war. Shiloh was taken aback. She felt both astonished and furious and tossed a ring at Ashley like a petulant princess. But Ashley merely cast a dismissive glance before turning to leave, a snub more humiliating than rejection itself. All sorts of emotion swelling within her, Shiloh angrily grabbed a vase from the salon and hurled it at the wall, the sound of shattering noise echoing through the room. Suddenly, a rustling sound came from behind the couch, as Rhett poked his head out with a wry smile, clearly having witnessed the entire spectacle. Rhett, intrigued, watched this unique girl, trying to ease her embarrassment with playful jabs, but Shiloh saw his teasing as just another joke. Thus, this clash of misunderstandings ended abruptly with Shiloh storming out, her dress flying behind her like a dramatic exit. As the war drums echoed through the estate, the men hurriedly got their act together like a circus getting ready for battle. The ladies followed suit, trying to catch a last glimpse of their loved ones, while Shiloh stood quietly by the window, fixedly gazing at a pair of servant girls sharing a kiss. Her heart ached with each glance. Until Melanie's cousin proposed to her, and in a moment of confusion, she recklessly said yes. Caught in a whirlwind of love, she made an impulsive choice, thinking a new romance could recapture what she lost. In truth, for someone who doesn't care about you, it's all just a big yawn. Suddenly, the marriage announcement left the men feeling excited yet anxious, so they quickly arranged a wedding the next day just to be safe. At the wedding, Ashley smiled and offered blessings to the relatives, a warm scene she'd dreamt of countless times. But now it unfolded in the most cruel way, with tears glistening in Shiloh's eyes. While the groom mistakenly thought her tears were for his upcoming battle. Oh, the irony of fate. This whirlwind marriage lasted just over 60 days before her husband marched off to camp, ending with a swift period. Shiloh couldn't even adapt to her new marriage role before she had to switch to widow's black veil, life turning into a sad game of tag. In the end, she was the one who suffered as those pre-wedding fantasies quickly turned into tears of regret. Every woman should understand that true love shouldn't be a gamble for life. Recognizing one's true feelings and making calm decisions is about responsibility to others as well as treasuring one's own life. Seeing her daughter in tears all day, her mother suggested a refreshing trip to her aunt's place in Atlanta. This proposal surprisingly soothed Shiloh's emotions, yet her true happiness came from the thought. It wasn't just about fun, but because Melanie and her husband lived there, allowing her to see her beloved during the troops' downtime. Her gloomy mood vanished instantly. Atlanta was nothing like the war-torn areas. The streets were bright, and cheerful melodies floated through the banquet halls. Standing in the corner, Shiloh watched officers and ladies dancing under the lights, her mood rising with each twirl. Although she attended the banquet under the pretense of charity fundraising, deep down, she craved to be the center of attention. Fate reunited Shiloh and Rhett at the ball, as if predestined. This savvy businessman led his team to break the blockade, moving goods that seemed like a reckless gamble. Not only garnered huge wealth, but also earned him the title of superhero in the eyes of the common folk. At this moment, fundraising peaked as Melanie tearfully took off her ring and tossed it in.